Welcome to the Simply Incredible podcast. I am Daryl, a.k.a. The D, with T-Rizzle Troy Chapman.
What's up? Back again, brother.
Back again. Glad to see you. And JPZ Inc.
The females are strong as hell.
I don't think somebody here may know this one.
Unbreakable.
No. Oh, no.
She's alive.
Nope.
Oh, you need to watch some Kimmy Schmidt.
It's a Netflix series called Kimmy Schmidt, and it's
The-
one of the funniest things you'll ever see.
You said
Unbreakable
Unbreakable,
Kimmy
and I'm thinking, Bruce Willis? I don't remember him saying that.
I'm unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Anyway, okay, that song right there. So it's just a
It's
great beginning to
catchy,
the show.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I first watched the first season of that. I know we're already off topic, just that quick. But
I'm watching the clock tonight.
yeah, we you're sitting there watching that song. I actually looked it up on YouTube every once in a while just to hear the song.
All right.
It's so catchy.
I all the time will go to YouTube and watch music videos.
Mm-hmm.
And because, they always have the suggestions.
Yeah.
That's how I find my new music these days. And say, what do they got? What do they got? Something, because they group them with similar stuff.
Yeah, playlist.
Yeah, well, mine goes, okay, what 80s song do I want to hear now? And then,
Oh, dude, I
then
do
from
that
the
all the
sideline, it's like,
time.
what song do I want to hear from that they're
Nice.
suggesting?
Speaking of which, this week I put on a couple of my favorites from Rest in Peace Prince.
Mm-hmm.
With I love Purple Rain. That whole album was great.
See, I love the music from it, but I didn't like the movie itself.
Oh, the
The
movie.
music, come on.
But you know
love the music.
You know what's really cool in the movie was that scene. The whole end concert scene was just incredible. The rest of it was just, I don't know, manufactured emotion. I didn't dig it. And it also had Vanity,
Morse Day
Morris Day.
and
The
the
Time.
time.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember that's like when I first started, I guess getting into pop culture, the current stuff
Yeah.
was Michael Jackson and Prince, and it was, what a great time to be alive.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs is Let's Go Crazy.
Yeah.
That was one that I looked up on YouTube.
Well, you remember in 1999, around 2000,
oh, yeah, dude.
Prince
Over
come back
and
big.
over, dude.
Yeah.
I remember when that song came
See,
out.
I love my favorite song. I know I interrupted you. That's
Oh, no, go ahead.
was When Doves Cry.
Oh, dude, that was
I
great.
love that. Or Red Corvette.
That was the first song I ever heard from him was When Doves Cry. And it was so different. I mean,
Yeah.
the music was just so different. I was like, I got to process this, man. Because that was the first time I'd ever been introduced to anything like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, just a genius.
JP, what do you think about it?
I was
Prince.
just I was just thinking it's funny, like before 99 everybody's looking to the future, like, oh,
Yeah.
what's it going to be like, and now everybody's like nostalgic for, like, man, I wish
That-
I could party like it was 1999
Yeah,
again.
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So much about him. One thing that people don't realize is how genius he was, that he would hear other people singing and make songs for them to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
And
Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
Nothing compares to you.
Sinead
Sinead.
O'Connor.
Sinbad.
Till she went crazy.
He did a couple other
She
ones.
did go crazy.
Oh, she
I mean,
went
he's did a
crazy.
bunch of stuff. And the thing is, I can't even remember who. 'Cause, I mean, he was a great writer as well as performer.
And it's funny because they did like a little bit on that in the news I saw where they were showing some of the music that he had written, and I can't believe I can't remember it
Yeah.
now
I'm
because
the exact same way.
because I never would have known, and they were very popular songs that I knew. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, fantastic, and you gotta love somebody who dances to the beat of his own drum. How about changing his name to the symbol?
Yes.
Right.
And he did. You know why he did that, right?
No.
He didn't do that to be cool or to be cutting edge. He did that because they wouldn't let him out of his record deal or change his contract a certain way. He had to put out another song. He didn't want to. He was like, no, I'm not going to rush something just to meet your deadline.
Yeah.
That's not what I do. And they said, no, you have a contract. You have to do it. And he said, okay, I officially changed my name from Prince to this. So everything that you've got out right now already printed, you have to change.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
That's great,
That
right?
is.
And I mean, millions and millions of dollars, and the artist formerly known as Prince.
The thing that goes right along with that is when he did the Super Bowl. They said he had to do a press conference, so he comes out and to the microphone and goes, "I am not taking any questions." Curtains open, the band's there. He starts playing. That was his press conference.
That's
I mean, he's like, who
Awesome.
else would do that?
he was a genius.
That
man.
was awesome.
Rest in peace.
Mhm.
A lot of good times that, you know.
He liked pancakes, basketball.
Oh. Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
True Hollywood Stories.
Uh-huh.
That, out of all the Dave Chappelle stuff, that was hands down my favorite
That was
stuff.
definitely one of the funniest
It was
ones. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, that hands down. And last thing I'd probably say about him is the guitar playing.
Oh yeah.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably I'd literally put him up there as far as what I would think. My favorite guitarist has always been Eddie Van Halen, but I put Prince. I mean, right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those people you just don't think about as being that great, but if you see some of his stuff on YouTube, some of his videos, like, wow.
Unreal.
Just amazing.
Awesome.
When he has pants that covered his butt.
Yeah. Yeah, that Kiss
Yeah.
video. Yeah, that was rough.
Raspberry beret. Man, that boy can sing.
I will say there was a lot of
can't.
his stuff I could not say.
You didn't like Raspberry Beret?
Heck no.
Good.
Everybody in my school loved it, and I heard that thing every day for probably 5 months. I was like, please shut up. Oh. But hey, UFC 200 right around the corner. Big news with Conor McGregor.
So what was that that just come out? Was that 197?
197.
Yeah.
So they have 53 shows a year. There's only 52 weeks in a year. They
Yeah.
have multiples in these weekends.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It used to be like 4 a year.
Yeah.
That was the good days.
Yeah.
Because you knew everybody that was fighting.
Yeah.
Now it's like some of these people I have no clue
You
who
look
they
forward
are.
to it. It was like the Super Bowl of fighting. You
Yeah.
know? Get all you guys together. And
Did you watch UFC this last weekend?
I did.
I
Did-
didn't see
did
it.
you
no.
see it?
Huh.
Out of all of those fights, only one good one, and I didn't know either of the guys. I wasn't familiar with either one of them.
The sad thing is, I actually fell asleep in the fight that I was looking forward to the most.
You fell asleep
Yeah,
for
it was-
John Jones?
It was Mighty Mouse.
Oh, you fell asleep during his?
Well, I mean, I was so tired, and
That's a one-round fight.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
and I remember hearing them coming out next thing, and I was like,
I've done that before. I've dozed off during some
and,
UFCs.
and
They're so
I
late
mean,
now.
The thing is, I didn't fall asleep for that long.
Right.
You're making me feel a lot better about myself because I was always a night owl, and I've been falling asleep like
Yeah.
around 11, 10:30 and stuff every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like I'm old. I'm
Yeah.
weak and old.
Yeah.
So, hey, what did you think about John Jones's return?
Rusty, just like we kind of expected. But I'll tell you something he said that made me interpret what he was really saying. He said he was really glad he got that fight in before the title fight,
Oh, without a
which
doubt.
made me really interpret him as saying, if I had fought Cormier in this fight, I would have gotten my butt handed to me.
You know, I don't know if I would say he would have gotten it handed to him, but I could see it happening.
Yeah.
And before, it would have been a non-issue. It'd be like,
Yeah.
no way. Because I think if it happens again, it happens the same way. But after seeing him be so tentative, and he said the biggest thing he kept seeing was all these openings, but he wanted to hold back because he didn't want to make a mistake and get caught because, the guy's so big, a southpaw
Yeah.
with that much punching power.
Yeah.
So he goes, I wasn't pulling the trigger.
St. Preux.
Yeah. I have a hard time with his name, man.
St. Preux.
St. Preux. But now it looks like we might actually see it's at least one of the options that could be added to the UFC 200 card because Conor McGregor has tried to flex his star power and the UFC ganked him on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he tweets he's retiring, and then all of a sudden, no, I'm not. And then he puts out another false tweet. Hey, I'm back on UFC 200. Thank you, Dana and Lorenzo, for making this happen. And Dana tweets back almost immediately, that's not true. He's not on the card.
See, I did not hear this portion of it.
Yes, that's why I
Wow.
wanted to talk about this because there
Wow.
was all this drama.
There's so much back and forth almost daily that I stopped following it, so I'm not
Yeah.
up to date
Yeah.
as to what's actually going on.
I think a couple of things could be at play. Number one, he didn't want to do the press conference, of course, is his story. And he says because of the fact I'm in Iceland, that travel is going to screw me up so bad that it's just not worth it. I'll Skype it or I'll do something like this. The fight's 3 months away. Now, yes, it'll screw you up, maybe even for a week and maybe even 2, but you got 3 months. And you got to do it. it's not a surprise. So he just thought that he could use this as a tactic to say, look, I'm not doing it, and this is just speculation. Unless you amend the contract, if I'm going to do this stuff, you're going to pay me $10 million. And the UFC shook their head. No, we're not paying you anything. Well, then I'll pull out, thinking, oh, if he's going to do that, maybe, we can't. That's the star power.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know the fighters side with Conor in this because they want that kind of negotiation leverage.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, on this, if I was Dana White, I'd done the same exact thing. You can't set a precedent.
I mean, because if you set that, then everybody will do that.
Yeah. Everybody would.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Yeah. I mean, well, let me phrase that. Everyone top tier.
Everybody that could do that.
Right, yeah.
I mean, like, the people that we don't know, they'll be like, just, all right, I'll take the place.
Yeah.
Well,
for free.
You would always think that all the champions would do it. But the truth of the matter is the champions don't all have drawing power.
Yeah.
He's 145 pounds. You would look at that, and, in boxing, do you know who the 145-pound champ is?
Pee Wee Johnson.
Thank you, Pee Wee. Nobody does. Well, I don't. I don't follow boxing,
No,
though. But heavyweights are what everybody wants to talk about. They want to talk about Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield. All right? So you've got these guys that are, pulling in the numbers. Now in boxing, who is it? Floyd, Pacquiao. And in the UFC, Ronda and Conor. All the other stars, champions, they're not pulling those kind of numbers.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, do you think those two will still pull those numbers after their defeats?
I'll be honest. If Conor loses again, it's going to damage him, and his numbers will reflect, which could be why he wanted to take in strong arm now for money, because the cheddar ride might be over.
Yeah.
Sure. And
I think that loss is going to hit him as it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if he had won, Dana might have been like, hey, all right, what do you need?
He would have done it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I know he would have, and they would have kept it quiet, and they would have made up some BS story.
I mean, honestly, with today's technology, why couldn't they have Skyped it in?
That's
Put 'em on
exactly what a
put 'em on
lot of
big
the
screen.
people are saying, and Dana's answer to that was everybody else made the trip.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think they could have done that, left everybody at home.
Yeah.
But I think what they wanted to do too was also shoot a UFC 200 commercial, so they needed them on there to make the commercial.
And I can see Dana's side of it too, because I mean, it's his choice to train in Iceland. He could have trained 30 minutes down the road in LA somewhere.
Yeah. Now, and last thing about the Conor thing, I think that this potentially could be because he knew that if he fights and loses again, he loses the leverage. Or secondly, it could be a tactic to make you think it's a money leverage, but because he didn't want to fight Nate again.
Yeah.
Because he knows if I lose, the ride's over. Because he can go down to 145 and reclaim his star power.
Well, my thing is, I'm wondering about this. He's going to have 2 straight fights without defending his title.
Yeah.
And that, to me, doesn't seem right for that weight class.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem right, and it sets the precedence because if they're making those kind of, changes for him, why wouldn't he expect that this change would be made as well?
I mean, Anderson Silva, he fought out of his weight class, but he still fought in his weight class.
Yeah, and he only did it like here and then back to his title.
Yeah.
Back up, back to his title.
Yeah, right.
Now, on the rest of the card, and then we'll move on, but a lot of good fights on this one. And the headliner was supposed to be Nate Conor 2. So Nate doesn't have an opponent, and Dana's working on something right now that he hasn't shared with us. Could be Robbie Lawler for a title defense. Could be somebody else. Who knows?
That's for the 170.
And some people are thinking GSP. Because GSP is in active talks. The holdup there is because Reebok is, keeping the money from Under Armour being able to come in. But you know who else is on the card, right?
I'm trying to think of who all is on it. Is the ladies' title? Is that on that one?
Yeah, Misha
against
Amanda
Nunes.
Nunes.
Yeah. Because I said before, I was like, she was wanting a title shot, and she was like ranked 6th, I think, and I was like, dude, it's too early. You got 3 ladies there that got to sort it out before she gets there, and what happens? Boom, she's right in it. That really surprised me.
Well, Misha should have given an immediate rematch to Holmes, and I don't like rematches, immediate ones.
Yeah, me either.
But here it is. She did her the favor of doing it, and now she runs with the belt.
Yeah.
You know what that looks like? It looks like a coward. And maybe I'm wrong, and it's just smart business, because there is something in me that says you got one chance to make a $10 million payday.
Mm-hmm.
Coward or not, you support your family for who knows how long, right?
Yep.
So
How much of a choice do the fighters get in that?
they actually will present them sometimes with options.
Okay.
I know she's represented by NASCAR's Kevin Harvick's his agency.
Oh wow.
So she,
that's-
right after her fight, next day she was at the race, and the race was in Las Vegas.
That's cool.
oh, nice.
So
A lot of times, the fighters will say, well, the UFC called me up and we talked and they offered me this and that and we thought this would be the better choice. So, on the rest of the card, though, you got Cain Velasquez
Mhm.
versus Travis Brown,
Mhm.
heavyweight title fight. Very cool.
I forgot. I didn't even realize who the champion was in heavyweight anymore. It's been so long. So,
He's
Seems
been
to change almost every fight. It seems like.
well, yeah. You can say that about a lot of the heavyweights,
Yeah.
because it's just the way it's been going lately.
Yeah.
like one punch from those guys, you will go down.
No doubt.
Another title fight: Dos Anjos versus Eddie Alvarez. That's going to be a war.
Mhm.
That's going to be a fun fight. I'm telling you, Eddie likes to bang.
What's that?
Yeah.
Light heavyweight.
No, lightweight.
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 155.
Oh, that's not. Yes, is that light? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but the
looks like a
thing
big
is,
dude.
and he does not look it.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Which is why when he fought Pettis, it was just like, I'm sorry, Pettis.
Mhm.
You're like one of my favorite movers of all
Yeah.
time.
He dropped down to 145, didn't he?
He
after
hasn't.
that?
He lost another. He dropped another fight
Yeah.
just this last
Yes,
was it
it's Saturday.
Saturday.
Mhm.
I can't even think of who he lost to. Barboza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Barboza. yeah.
Edson.
Yeah, they
That
said
was that was a fight I was really looking forward to. That one.
Yeah.
He's
I
on like
felt
a
bad for him.
three fight losing streak. I think.
Yeah. He went from being on a Wheaties box and the hottest thing in the UFC to gone.
Yeah.
And he's not cut, but he's not going to have the pulling power.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you could tell he wanted it.
He was right there on the cusp of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he wanted this win so bad because he was nervous. You could tell.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, that I really care about. This is a good fight, man. Frankie Edgar versus Jose Aldo.
Oh,
The winner gets Connor.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
that's gonna be a good fight
Now
right
that-
there.
UFC 200
Mm-hmm.
off the hook. It's gonna be great.
Now I will say this: I thought this last weekend, I thought that was a really good card.
This last weekend.
Yeah, because I'm a huge fan of Mighty Mouse. I'm a huge fan of his.
I like
Yeah,
Mighty
it's
Mouse. I
exciting.
like
and the
Anthony.
sad part is, again, 2 minutes.
And then
I mean, who else has he got to fight?
Yeah.
He's on was it 11 straight wins in that division? Is that what it is? 10 straight?
I think this was 11, which puts him at the tied for first place for most consecutive title defenses.
Mhm.
Wow. He and Henderson put on a good war. Henderson's had a rough time lately, but
Mhm.
they had a great fight.
Those Mighty Mouse is one of those guys. He's a rare, once in a lifetime kind of thing for that.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing is Connor wants back on UFC 200,
Yeah.
and they're not letting him.
Mhm.
And now they're thinking about maybe being pissed off and keeping him off of the Madison Square Garden ones where Ronda's coming back.
Yeah, that's in.
Which is a really bad mistake. They
was
should
that
let him fight
November,
on that.
December?
Yeah. Because the Irish immigrants in New York, it's like 12% of the city.
Mhm.
It's the largest concentration of Irish immigrants in the country. And he would have a huge fan base.
Oh, yeah.
And for them to, they're really sending a message
Well,
if they
I
say
mean,
no.
You know, sometimes you got to just lay the law down on people.
I mean, I could see that, but they're a business. They're not gonna waste money, not take advantage of
I'm going to tell you
opportunities
what,
like
I think
that.
they could put a couple of schmoes up in there in Madison Square Garden, and it's going to sell huge that first event.
Yeah.
But if you put some schmoes in there, it won't sell the second event.
You're right.
Mhm.
It's got to be a good event, and they got to
Mhm.
bring all the hype.
Yeah.
They got to
Yeah.
bring UFC 200 type of hype.
Yeah.
I wish they could have done 200 at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
that would've been nice.
amazing. Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
So Ronda doesn't. Is she not coming back that late because she's still on medical suspension?
That is one of the things that has been holding her up, but also from her film commitments.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, can't wait for those.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Oscar.
I mean, she
Razzies.
she acts like she has a concussion.
when she talks.
Now, y'all, that's not. Stop laughing.
Dude, let me tell you, I think she's one of the most beautiful women in sports, but
You
when
lost
she
me.
opens her mouth, stupid just falls out.
Yeah, you remember, Jason. He told me one time. He's like, never interview a fighter after the fight. It's
Yeah.
it's like interviewing a bull after a bullfight.
Right.
Who told you this?
Jason Butler.
Oh, Butler.
Yeah,
remember-
I was like, that's absolutely true because
Yeah.
they're gonna make about as much sense as a bull after a fight.
Exactly. I remember GSP after one of his. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't think right now. I got hit in the head too many times.
But you gotta love him for it.
Yeah.
The worst is when somebody leaves their mouthpiece in
Yeah. Yeah.
and slurs like, "I gotta go thank God for the opportunity. It was a great fight." I was like, "Would you take your mouthpiece out?"
Well, you see, sometimes they're trying to get the mouthpiece out, like they need a crowbar to get the thing out of
Oh,
there.
dude, it's in there. Those
You said they're like grinding it in there.
these aren't Walmart. Put them in the hot water, man. These are
Yeah.
formed.
Dude, I
specific.
paid a good $3 for that thing.
Dude, I remember getting mine for football the first time and biting into that thing, and they said, "All right, now when you put it in, you bite down it and suck it out." And that water mouth burnt the hell out of my throat.
Yeah.
I was like, "Suck it in. Woo! Keep biting, Troy. Keep biting." Hey, what do we got as far as in the world of pop culture with comic books and movies?
You want to talk about Civil War right quick? Just like
real quick.
Yeah, like 3 seconds. It's gonna be next week. There.
Done.
Boom.
See,
No.
next week I do want to do a little bit of discussion beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna save that for next week. Just,
The only thing I'd probably say about this, the reviews coming off of this are stellar,
Yes, they are.
are incredible.
Compared to poor Batman's 30%.
Oh, dude, I think it's lower than that now.
Mm.
You cannot turn his microphone
you know what?
off.
If he's
He
gonna,
dropped the mic on me.
if he's going to disparage every DC thing ever,
Dude, you even said it was bad.
Dude, yeah, you can't play
Wait,
both
wait, wait.
sides of the fence.
I said it was bad, but I'm not going to like slap it around. Granted, I did on that podcast because one person in here
you don't
had,
slap things around.
one person in here did
Not
not
wrong.
have common sense
Not wrong.
to realize that the movie was not good.
Look here, Giggity.
And did that person decide that that movie was not good yet?
Who, me?
Yes.
I thought there were parts that were good.
Well,
The second time I watched it, it was not that
like
good.
which part of the 4 movies that was wrapped into that one movie?
Yeah, you see now, there's 2 of those movies I really liked in
Yeah,
that movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I love the fight with Doomsday.
Yeah.
I loved everything about Ben Affleck's portrayal
Yeah.
as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Mhm.
I love Batman's fight scenes.
Yeah.
Anyway, Civil War.
Civil War.
Next
Civil War looks
week,
great.
Next week.
we're going to do a preview before
Yeah,
the
just
review.
like just like real short preview of that.
I'll just say Marvel has to tone down their promotion material there. They're giving
Oh
away
my
too
goodness.
much.
Dude, I don't even
I
care.
know y'all didn't
just
see
black
this.
myself
Y'all
out.
didn't see this, but there was a 3.5-minute commercial for Audi that had them in it. And I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, by the time the commercial was half done, I had to switch over. I was like, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, you finally realize they're giving away parts of the movie, and you're like, crap.
Not,
what are they
not
doing?
realize. I mean, they'd like force it down your throat.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I've gotten so good with that stuff all the way back. I remember I started blacking that stuff out when Batman Begins came out with Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my buddy Brian were constantly like, when we went to a movie, they would have the preview up. We would close our eyes and plug our ears. It's like, I'm not watching that. I want to see it in the theater.
I've avoided most of it, but they threw one right at me the other day. It was literally
Doesn't
like
that suck?
it was like
Yeah.
3 or 4 seconds, so I didn't even have time to scroll past. And you see the whole thing, you're like, really, guys, come on.
Dude.
Tell me I did not just see that.
Hey, is there anything coming out this week in the theater worth anything?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
We had Jungle Book, and now I guess probably.
I still haven't seen Jungle Book yet.
Oh, I saw Snow White and the Huntsman Friday.
And
I'm telling you, it flopped at the box office, but that was a great story.
so I really enjoyed the first one.
I love the first one. I like this one better for the story.
Is what's her name in it this time with
No.
her mouth wide open the
No,
whole
no,
time
no.
that I can't stand?
I'm telling you, this story is. I can't believe that the money didn't, follow suit because Hemsworth is a good drawing power.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Charlize Theron is a good drawing power. I guess they, for whatever reason,
You know,
the first
the
one
thing of it
didn't.
is, I haven't seen a ton of marketing behind it.
No, not a lot.
I've
Not a
seen
whole
some,
lot.
but
Trailers, that's about it.
yeah. Just
I'll tell you
once
what,
in a while.
I'll watch it just for Charlize, though. That I think her role in that is one of the hottest roles
Yeah.
of all time.
She's awesome. I mean, Mad Max, when she did that, I mean, here she is, totally not trying to be glam.
Yeah.
She's just such a natural beauty.
Yeah.
I mean, she was really sexy and Monster.
No, she was not. That was bad. But it's almost like they have to do some of those uglies so that, like
Yeah.
Brad Pitt said, the worst thing that could ever happen is I come to the end of my career and people only know me for being good looking.
True.
I have the same problem.
That's why I never
Yeah.
tell you how good looking you are.
Don't worry, I tell myself.
I'm going to have to work on that.
One day the world
Every
will
time I
see
feel your thought
me,
process, I'm gonna
us
choke
three
you.
when we get the cameras set up.
Oh, Lord.
We're going to have our podcast with the cameras one day.
Why do
coming
these
soon.
cameras keep breaking?
Only
It
D's is
ain't-
breaking.
It ain't me. Look at all my videos. I can prove it.
Now, I have to apologize because you guys are always so generous and
Yes, we are.
giving. I mean, I still have my pop vinyl Batman
I was
keychain.
about to say, I feel a slap coming.
No. Last week, he gave me the comic book,
Yes.
Super Zero,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet. And I literally...
That's gratitude for you right there.
I know. I feel so ungracious.
Because every time I see Troy, I see his Batman keyring,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't take the time to even show you a little bit of courtesy, even claiming he read the first one.
I know, right?
After
Hey, wait. What are you doing?
I even reminded
after
him.
I explained to him the entire topic, the whole plot of the book, he could have said, "Oh yeah, it's a good book."
At this table, there's 15 ways I can kill you.
And there's 14 ways I can defend. Oh, there's still one.
I got you on one.
That is an
Hey.
incredible comic book, though.
If you're going to talk about it, should I leave so I'm spoiler?
No, we're not going to talk about it. It's ready for the topic of the week.
Oh, okay. Josh, that look was awesome.
Dude,
let's just
He's
do
got
this.
notes.
Let's just
I got comics.
Let's let Troy
Read it.
watch it and read it. Yeah, watch it
Watch it.
and enjoy it.
I love watching my comic books.
Yes. And look, well, that's actually why he hasn't read it. He's been sitting there watching.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't move, though.
It's like this. If I stick it on my head, osmosis.
Osmosis. All right,
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Let Troy actually.
I apologize, Josh.
It's all good.
He goes, I wanted to talk about it. I even gave you the book to read, and you didn't.
I'm excited to talk
Did
about
you
it.
read?
Get it in.
Did you read 5 yet?
Yes.
I'm gonna be reading that tonight.
Hey, what number is Huck on right now?
6. I think that's the last one.
And that was just like last week or a week before.
Last week.
So it's just a mini series.
Yeah.
I got to get caught up.
I
on
would
that.
love for that to be a movie, by the way.
Mm.
A comic book movie, a cartoon movie, so to speak.
Is that our segue?
A buzzing.
Segway!
We need like a soundboard where it's like, we have a special chime
I would like
for
to,
whenever it's
I
the
would-
topic.
I want
The
to.
topic of the week.
I would like to. I would like to get the Batman. Yeah, when it, what is it? That's it. Much better than me. I can't do it.
I don't know. Mine was pretty rough too.
So Michael Winslow.
Meanwhile-
is that the guy that was from Police Academy?
Yeah.
Oh, right,
We
right.
Where do you come in at? There's
Police
two of 'em.
Academy. Yeah.
Comic book movie. Well, not comic book movies.
Just animated movies.
animated movies, including Anna May.
Anime.
Yeah, Anna May.
All right, start us out.
Oh, okay. Now this it's just for reference. It's going Annie, which this is going to be more than one show, because there's so many movies. You got Disney, DC, Marvel,
Yeah,
anime, Pixar.
Yeah.
DreamWorks was also Disney DreamWorks. So
Right.
there's so many things we can choose from. So my first one, I'm going Titan AE. Either one of y'all see that?
I have not.
I know what you're talking about. Never watched it.
Wow, y'all need to see that.
Is it good?
Oh my goodness, it's great. I mean, it came out I got it written down in 2000. Matt Damon stars in it. He gets separated from his dad when he's a kid. Like, I shouldn't spoil the whole thing.
Spoil
for
it.
you.
No, yeah, don't spoil it. Just set up a synopsis.
Well, and he's got to find a way to get back to the ship, the Titan.
All right.
There you go. Lots of aliens,
Animation
lots
style,
of fun.
not
That's
computer animated. This was drawn.
This is 2000. It's probably a combo, I would say.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that mix when they do that.
Yeah.
A little bit of CGI. A
I
little
do
bit
too.
of
I
animation.
dig that.
And I think it's really, really, really good.
Titan AE.
If
What
you-
would you give it? Like on a
On a 10, I would give it probably about a 8, 8.5.
Wow.
Really, really good.
Sweet.
I actually watched it again today
oh wow.
because I thought it was really good.
Would my kids now like that?
I would think so. I think it's. I mean, it's got some monsters in it,
Okay.
but like it's comic monsters, so a cartoon monster, so it's not frightening or anything like that.
Oh no, my
Yeah, your kids are old enough, but I'm thinking about Josh's as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I think they could watch it and be fine.
That's cool.
very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Titan AE. We give it an 8, 8.5.
That's what I would. Now then, y'all will come back and bash it, but that's okay.
Oh, dude, I'll watch it.
I'm a man. I can take it.
My-
Bash my
check it out.
movie.
The struggle for me is that there is so many good things.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like. I'd have to win the lottery to have the time to get.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, one thing
As
I love
immersed
about
as
doing
I
our
want.
podcast is y'all have seen things I haven't seen or read
Yes,
things,
yes.
and then I can go, okay, let me check that out. Like
Yeah.
I was telling Josh, I'm going to check out One Punch Man. After we talked about that last week, the anime.
I could not remember the name of that
Yeah.
one, and I kept thinking it was Super Zero.
No,
It's One Punch Man.
Oh, that's why he couldn't find. He was looking for the movie.
Yeah.
That's it.
You see, otherwise I would have been right on.
He would have been right on that. You know what? I apologize.
I
to
watched
you.
Daredevil season 2 in 3 days for this podcast, so I've done my homework
And it
for
was
the year.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. You were like suffering through that.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that again. And wasn't that Wednesday we were sick? Nobody came in for that podcast.
Yeah.
I was so
Yeah.
pissed off.
I wasn't because I started watching it again.
Oh, I would have. All right, what do you got, Josh? What's your?
I'll lump a few into one category. You know, you're saying I always bash DC. I'll say this. DC absolutely rules the market in the animated movies department.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Marvel is just not even comparing in that market. They have some kiddie ones that, you know, maybe the younger
No,
ones
actually,
like.
I-
Why do you think that is, though? That does not make sense. They're so strong
I don't
everywhere
know.
else.
If they would put out some CGI movies, it would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They made one that was just a short little clip. It was like 2.5, 3 minutes, and it was like Spider-Man and Hulk fighting Loki and stuff, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the what do they call it? Cinematics from a video game?
Dang.
You remember that?
No,
I
Was
it
thought
was
you were
one
going
of
to say Cinnabons.
It was
I
just
like
Was
that
it
one.
Cinnabons?
It was just a
Yeah.
little CGI video that they released for no reason.
Sponsored by
and
Cinnabons.
It was cool.
Dude, I love when they do that, but some of the cinematics are so good. It's like I would be as excited about a movie like that as I am about the new Captain America.
Yeah.
Those
Well, I've told
cinematics are
people
like-
this. I'm as excited about The Killing Joke
Yeah.
as I am about Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's one of the DC ones. Definitely Killing Joke. It looks
The
pretty
animated one?
Yeah,
Okay.
coming out soon.
Now,
Yeah.
somebody put a comment on your thing, and I agree with them. The animation style on that one,
Oh.
it isn't up to par with all the other ones they've been putting out lately.
Wrong.
On which one?
The
Killing,
Killing
Joke.
Joke. I
It's
think,
already out?
No, no.
Oh.
No,
Trailer's
it's
out.
the trailer's
Oh,
out. I
okay.
put the trailer on my page. But honestly, I think it fits the comic.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. Rocky, he has the podcast that I was on, B&M podcast. And he's huge DC.
Okay.
So on many things, I will defer to him on. But he's wrong on this.
What was his take on it?
No, he just said he doesn't think the animation style of it looks as good as the comic. And I think
Yeah.
it's going to fit pretty well.
All right, cool.
My favorite DC animated movie is The Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm.
Now that one is just
Part 1 and 2.
part 1 and 2. You got to
Yeah.
watch them back to back to get the full story.
Mhm.
It's great. It's got Michael, what's his name from Lost? The big bad guy from Lost. Do you remember his name? The real Weasley guy that you just love to hate.
Oh, I do know who you're talking about. I don't know
Yeah.
his name.
He voiced the Joker, and he did a different kind of Joker. It was almost like an effeminate kind of Joker a little bit, but you know he pulled it off because it's like he's still intimidating even though he's kind of.
But the Joker, I could see him being
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Just off his rocker. you know?
Yeah, it's got some great one-liners. Like he's beating this guy down in a mud hole, and he's just like, "You don't understand, son. This is the operating room, and I'm the doctor." And he like
Yep.
throws a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu armbar
Yep.
on and breaks his arm and stuff.
I remember you telling me that and being like, that is awesome.
Yeah, he encourages these people to fight or to like come together because they're kind of rioting, burning buildings and stuff like that. And the commissioner, I think Gordon retired or quit or
Yep.
something, like got fired, something like that. And he was telling the new commissioner, like, you can't go after Batman, just let him do his thing. And she's like, no, I'm taking down the bat.
Yeah.
And she goes out and she sees him corralling these people, stopping them from rioting, and just he's like riding a horse, and he's like, you guys are better than this. You're not gonna do this. And he talked an entire mob down, and she's like, you're
can't go
you're
after
right.
him.
He's too big. We can't do it.
Yeah, yeah. And why would you? You know?
Yeah.
There's only one thing I disliked about these movies.
Mhm.
They came out a year apart.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
I saw
came
them
out
much
of what?
later.
a
so
year
it's-
apart.
Oh,
They had part 1, and then a year later, part 2 come out.
I got
Well, it's not like probably a full year, but at least 6 months apart. It's like,
Alright.
they're like, dude, you watch the first one, like, I need more. If you've read the comics, you know you need more.
You talking about The Dark Knight?
Yeah, The Dark Knight Returns. Mhm.
I swear I feel so bad. I've read the first book. I haven't read the second. I haven't seen either of the animated.
Oh, it's 4 books in the Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, really? Okay. How big are they? Like just regular books?
I mean, if
or-
you read the first one, they're all the same size.
Okay. All right. Now, they don't have another. That finished the story, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a plan for it to continue on as like a whole storyline that will.
Well, they did do another Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, there's like Dark Knight Returns 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
3.
that's what I was
Yeah,
wondering. I
guess
thought I'd heard something
It seems
like
like
that.
in my mind they're going to have a Dark Knight, then the Dark Knight Returns, and then the Dark Knight 3, and they just had like a 4 issue, and that was nowhere near as good as the Dark Knight
stuff.
Returns.
All right. For mine, probably one of my favorite comic book based animated movies. I just watched it recently with my son, and I loved it. And it's a book that I really love, Flashpoint Paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Love that story. I'm real big on time travel stories. I just always have loved that.
That was a great one too.
It was great.
Mhm.
And the way that they did the story, the animation, he wouldn't read it. He still wasn't wanting to read comics or read books at all. But he would watch the movie, so he got a chance to kind of see what it was, and it wasn't like the silly kiddie stuff. It was played straight, and you could tell his opinion changed because he'd never seen anything like that. He was like, "Oh, that was cool." And because of the Flash TV show, I figured that might be a good way to transition him. He absolutely loves the Flash.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that I really loved. I loved the story. The animation I thought kind of worked with, the art that they had done. I mean, it's pretty much the standard DC animation.
Mm-hmm.
But because I expected it, it wasn't a curveball. I loved it. And I'd probably give that an 8.5.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's really, really good. Have you seen that one?
Give me a little synopsis of it.
The Flash gets in a situation where he goes back into time, and in some parts of that world, his life is better, but in a lot of parts, the Justice League is kind of splintered.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Aquaman is kind of like, a world dominator thing, and they have to pit all of the heroes against each other. So he, I don't want to ruin too much of it. The one thing that I absolutely loved was his relationship to Batman. Because that was his first point of contact. He goes, Bruce will get it.
Yeah.
Watch it, and afterwards, you'll come back and tell me, I know the part you were talking
Okay.
about. Because it's so cool. Yeah.
They did a little time travel thing on the Justice League animated TV show that was out not too long ago, like this year, I think. But they went into the future, and like pretty much all the Justice League were dead or gone or something like that. The only one that was still around, of course, was Bruce Wayne.
Dude, yeah.
And like
Him and the cockroaches.
yeah, young Batman was like beating somebody and trying to intimidate him. He was like, "Son, I don't remember being that weak. Let me show you how it's done."
Oh, jeez.
That's awesome.
All right, what do you got, D?
Next, I'm going Disney, and I don't think Josh liked this one. Wreck-It Ralph.
I liked it.
I love me some Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm gonna wreck it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'll tell you why, John C. Reilly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that voice fits so well.
After Step Brothers,
Mhm.
anything that he does forever, I'm watching.
Ricky Bobby.
I'm watching it.
I love it.
Shag and bake.
I mean, that movie to me, I mean, it was. I watch it like every few months just because I love it so much.
What, Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
I saw it the first time with Connor. I haven't seen it since, but I remember I love John C. Reilly. And Sarah Silverman, she was good in that.
Yeah, I mean, I played Vanellope.
Yeah.
My son liked that one
Vanellope
a
Van
lot.
Schweet,
Yeah.
and I just loved it.
Dude, I also like that guy. He was on 30 Rock as like the page.
Yeah. Mhm.
And he was
Yeah.
the handy dandy
Fix-it
builder.
Felix.
Yeah, Fix-it Felix, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Watching that and knowing who he was, I was like, they just nailed that
Yeah,
character.
Yes, man.
What's that blonde's name from that? I cannot think of her name to save my life.
Oh, sugar, I can't
Like,
even think.
big guy. She was in some shows like Tough Chick,
Mm-hmm.
but she
She was on Glee. She was the coach on Glee.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
But-
Older lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know her name,
Well,
but I
my
can see
favorite,
her.
I think one of my favorite scenes is when Fix-It Felix and her is trapped in a pit, and he has to keep doing stuff to make this Laffy Taffy laugh to grow longer, so to hook them. So he like smashes. No, she like punch him in the face. And he like hit himself in the face and heals immediately. She just keep punching him. He keep healing, and the Laffy Taffy keep getting longer.
I do remember
And
that.
I laughed and laughed at that.
Dude, just John C. Reilly's voice.
Mhm.
He's got like this thing where he almost slurs every word a little
Mhm.
bit, like it's all mush mouth together.
Mhm.
I could literally, if I could get an audio book of Step Brothers or Wreck-It Ralph, I might listen to that work while I'm at work.
Yeah, it is awesome. And there's someone else I was going to say in there. I can't think of what it was.
You have to call me
Oh,
Dragon.
Cubert was in it.
Oh, yeah, Hubert.
You got Cubert in it. Come on.
Hubert's good. Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph, what do you give it?
Oh, I love it. I mean, that's like a 9 for me.
Okay.
I love that movie.
What do you got?
I'm sure that's way above what y'all would give it.
You know what? I'd give that at least a strong 8, though. I liked
and
it.
Here's the
That's
thing.
good, man.
And I think for like my age, I think Troy, your age as well, that video game era, a lot of the video games and stuff were in it as well.
Which
And
was kind of neat,
Yeah.
to
and
revisit.
that's one of the things a lot of the kids are like, I don't even get what the joke is.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I hate to say it because that's kind of why I actually didn't hate Pixels.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because it was, I mean, you got to see Centipede.
Yeah, the
Oh,
old school.
oh, for me,
arcade.
Pixels. What saved it was man.
Tyrion Lannister. I can't remember
Yes,
his real name.
yes, him.
Oh, what is
You
his
talking
real
about
name?
Peter the
Dinklage, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, he made that movie.
yes.
He was awesome.
I
Dude.
mean, he saved Sandler.
Oh,
I'll be
no, he
honest.
didn't.
Went there.
That's one Adam Sandler movie I could watch again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what do you got?
Like there's like there's ones you can't watch again.
Most.
I mean,
Nut bra.
since about his first 5 years.
Oh man.
Anyway,
All right.
back to the
I like
story.
Billy Madison and
Back to
Happy
the Hall of
Gilmore.
Justice again in the first 5 years.
Yeah, I'll give you two more DC. Attack on Arkham, which is kind of like
yeah,
the
that's
Suicide
one of the
Squad
ones I
movie.
had on there.
I did not know that was even animated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was about what 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Justice League of America Doom.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the Legion of Doom gets Batman's contingency plans to stop all the Justice League members. So Batman has to undo that and save them all
Oh, dude,
from
that's
his own plans.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't believe I've missed out on so many of these.
Yeah. It's like, of course, Batman has a way to take down every single one of them just in case they ever go wrong.
Oh yeah, he's got it saved on his files.
Yeah.
That's a good story right
Yeah.
there, man. That sounds
Yeah,
good. Was that a
definitely.
book first and then they animated it, or was
I
that
think
straight?
it was on the TV show, actually. and
I
then
don't
they put it
remember
on-
it being anywhere else, but I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
good.
I was
really
thinking it was original, but it may have been somewhere else.
And I don't remember if it was this movie or a different one, but there's a moment in one of these animated movies where Batman and Green Lantern first meet each other, and Green Lantern's like, "You got super strength." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "So you can fly?" He's like, "Nah." He's like, "You're not just a dude in a bat costume, are you?"
dude, that's awesome.
And Batman doesn't say anything. He just gives him a sly grin. He's like, "You have got to be kidding." He starts going off on Batman. And next thing you know, Batman's like taking his ring and he's looking at his ring, and Green Lantern loses his suit and just turns into a regular dude. And he's like, "How did you do that?" And he rips it back. He gets mad. He rips his ring back and he's like, "You won't do that again." Batman's like, "No, I won't unless I want to."
Oh, dude.
yeah.
You can't say
See, to
he's
me,
just the man.
I want to say that was in Doom.
I think so.
That's what I'm thinking.
I can't wait. That one actually intrigues me.
Yeah.
And
You know.
Assault on Arkham.
Yeah. I didn't have much to say about that other than it's kind of what the Suicide Squad movie is based on.
Okay,
Is,
you know
is
what?
it actually based on that though?
From what I can tell, what it looks like anyway.
'Cause I don't know. I mean, from the trailers to the actual Assault on Arkham.
Uh-huh.
I mean, to the trailers from Suicide Squad.
Uh-huh.
I don't see a lot of closeness between
Because
those.
the lady, what's her name? Walters?
Walker.
Walker.
Is it Walker? Wow, why am I brain cramping over here?
Anyway, she gets these people. She puts the collars on them. She
But-
sends them on this mission. And
But I
if
mean,
they fail,
that to me, that's the story of the group. But I
Yeah.
don't think that's. I mean, you can go from that point to anywhere.
True, very true.
So that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't know if it's going to be. I mean, maybe the beginning of it, but I don't know after that.
That's kind of how they introed the Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what they're doing here. But
Mhm.
like after that, like you said, they could go any.
Yeah, they go many directions, but also Batman was in that as well. So maybe and Joker
Joker's
was.
yeah, Joker's in this one.
But he didn't have tattoos on his forehead.
Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started on that.
I just.
It looks ridiculous.
You're damaging me here.
You know what? That reminds me real quick.
No, bro.
Marvel has giggity. Marvel has got creative control of the Spider-Man reboot from Sony.
No kidding.
They are doing it in cooperation, and
Oh,
they've got
that's so good.
full creative control. That was announced
Awesome.
today.
Sweet.
Really?
Yes.
Finally, a good Spider-Man movie.
I mean, imagine that. And Kevin Feige was like, "Yeah, dude,
Is it going to be Origin number 17?
I have no idea what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be the first one that Marvel's got their hands on."
I'm going to say it. I actually enjoyed the first one with Tobey Maguire. Then after that, just
I didn't like
downhill.
those so much. I like the Amazing Spider-Man series better.
I'm saying the first one,
The very
not
first
the
movie.
not the
I got
other
you.
two.
He's
I didn't
so
like
funny.
Goblin in that one.
No, I didn't either. I like number 2. I like Doc Ock.
Eh,
The fact that we actually saw Doc Ock and him fighting on that clock tower.
mhm.
I always say,
He tried to kill Aunt May.
dude, let me tell you,
Don't try to
he
kill
ends
Aunt
up
May.
marrying her
Doc Ock does?
in the comics.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, they end up married.
So that's
Okay.
kind of like one of those things when like they're kids, like they punch each other, which really
Yeah.
show me like, oh.
I always say about that fight scene on that clock tower that it is an Alex Ross painting come to life. It is awesome.
Yeah, if it was redone now with like today's CGI, I bet that would look amazing.
Can't wait to see what they're going to do. One of the things that they said they were going to do is make Spider-Man very definitively a kid.
Yeah.
Not a young adult.
He's 16.
Yeah, he's a
So-
kid.
So it's gonna have to almost be another origin.
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, I'm in.
It's funny because I saw a thing on Facebook. He's like, Aunt May is Benjamin Buttoning. She goes from that old lady in the Tobey Maguire series down to like 40 some. Now she looks like she's like 25.
Yeah, who is it? Marissa Tomei,
Yeah, right.
Oh, man, she's one of my favorites.
Gosh,
She stayed young. She does
Yeah.
not age.
She's incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, I got one.
Yeah, I was trying to think what the last movie I saw her in, but yeah.
You know what the last one I saw her in was? I watched it on cable with Krista. Every time it comes on, we both want
The
to
Wrestler.
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
I like that Mel Gibson movie. It's like What Women Want or something.
Oh,
like
that's so good too.
I have not seen that
You've got to see that. That's awesome.
Get off my podcast.
because I didn't really care so much about Mel Gibson.
Oh,
That's a good
Mel
movie.
is American Treasure, no matter what he did.
Oh, dude, I agree. He so what? He messed up. Everybody messes up.
I have yet to mess up.
Don't hate
That might be
somebody
that might
because
be
they
my first
sin
mess up.
differently than you.
Oh,
That's right.
excuse me, Yoda.
Yoda, I'm throwing out some knowledge.
Anyway, next.
All right. I remember when they announced. I remember when they announced
Probably you will.
that this was going to be a new way that they were going to do animation with the computer generated stuff. I remember thinking, what is this going to be like? Why is this such a big deal? And the first one I ever saw was Toy Story.
Mm-hmm. That was a game changer right there.
Dude,
for
it
sure.
was.
Yeah.
And to this day, that's one of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, the first and the third. The third, I would actually give a 10.
No, that was a great movie.
When those guys, have you seen all three of them?
Oh, yeah.
All right. When they were in the trash compactor and they're going down, like
Yeah.
sliding into the furnace,
Yeah.
the fact that they all said, this is it, and held hands, call me a big emotional
Oh, dude.
goof.
I'm right here with you.
I about cried.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what real family or friends would do.
Yeah.
Right.
Incredible.
I mean, it's amazing how an animated movie, computer generated, will bring emotion like that.
Can't understand
I
it
mean,
to this day.
You follow that really a family from the beginning all the way to their almost demise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
I'll tell you what else. I'm telling on myself right here, but I'm an old softy, man. I can't help it. The things that get me like emotional, sport movies like Hoosiers, The Natural with
Love
Robert
Hoosiers.
Redford.
Oh, come on. When the Bat Lightning. Come
Oh,
on.
dude, Rocky. I mean, when somebody takes and overcomes that, and the other thing is, this is so sad. My wife will laugh at me all night. Extreme Home Makeover. When they give those people those
Move that
houses,
bus.
dude, and you see that just pure joy.
Yeah.
That gets me, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to look away at my phone, and Krista goes, "Are you crying?" Shut up! I'm not crying. I don't cry, but I my eyes get.
It's pollen this time of
Like
year.
they leak.
A lot of pollen.
It's just allergies.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like a
come
leaky
on.
eye.
Jeez, I mean, I get that too.
Dude. But Toy Story, one of my favorites of all time. The third one I'd give a 10. I love it.
I mean, the actors in it, their voices, it just fits the characters in it.
Yeah.
That's not flying, that's falling with style. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
At first, he's like bouncing off balls. And just running
Dude, that
around.
was
That
great.
was amazing.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know if my kids have seen the first one. I have to say they have. If they haven't, that's one that they got to see.
Wow.
Oh, you want to go around one more time?
Oh yeah. Another one that I don't know. I've got like 6 of them here that I want to talk about.
I'll tell you what, talk about all of them. We'll do one last little pass.
Yeah, there you go.
The Iron Giant.
Never seen it, but that looks awesome.
Wow. Have you seen it?
I remember
I
not
think
really
that looks
liking it that
awesome.
much.
It is a
I'll-
great movie.
I'll have to rewatch it.
I'm so glad you said
Yeah.
that. I've never known.
Is Vin Diesel is voicing in it?
Oh, dude. He's a
So-
kid, right?
No. Yes, he sounds like he's burping the entire time. But honestly, definitely give that a shot if you
Okay.
haven't seen it.
Okay.
I mean, one of my favorite scenes in it, he's trying to hide the Iron Giant. He's like 10 stories tall.
Yeah.
So he runs, the Iron Giant runs and jumps in a little lake. And next thing you know, you see like a flood of water going everywhere. You see like this one woman, she's like out like tanning and stuff. Next thing you know, she just like goes away.
Oh.
And then the water comes back. She's just sitting there. She had a paper, or it might have been a dude now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh,
They
dude,
was sitting there.
right.
Next thing you know, the paper was gone. He's just sitting there soaked.
Whoops.
It's a lot of comedy. And really fun.
All right, very cool.
Shrek.
Gotta love some Shrek.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Love me some Shrek. I mean,
Donkey.
it starts right off with the song.
Yeah. Huh?
I mean, you see him sitting there cleaning and stuff. And
Dude, my kids love when I do the Shrek voice. That Dad, do the Shrek voice.
Now, what is the Shrek voice?
Like, that's right, donkey. Get over here right now.
Hey, Mike Myers was just here.
He was here.
But I mean, the little things. You got the 3 blind mice walking around.
I love those
Yeah.
little things. Gingerbread man.
Yeah.
The gingerbread man. I love
Gingerbread
it.
man.
That's great.
They like break
Oh,
his
Gingerbread man.
legs.
Dude, Mike Myers, I love him in that.
I mean, it's just a great movie, and I got nice subtle little things in it for adults to pick up on.
Exactly.
Without a doubt.
And great. What else? Megamind. I love me some Megamind.
That was a good movie.
Never even heard of that.
Never heard of Megamind?
No.
Wow.
What is it?
Brad Pitt plays like a superhero, kind of Superman-esque, and Megamind is his foil, and he keeps getting out of jail and trying to defeat Megamind. I mean, what's his actual name?
I don't remember. It was Will Ferrell was the voice.
Yeah, Will Ferrell was the voice, but he and they're in Metro City. Megamind always calls it Metrocity, and I was like, that's so awesome. But definitely check it out. And finally, he defeats his foil there, and so Megamind's like he takes all the money, and now he's bored. So he decides to create his own villain, and he creates his own villain a little too powerful. But
He's got a real fight on his hands.
yeah, he's got a real fight in his
Alright,
hand.
cool.
So I mean, definitely check it out. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a funny movie. Yeah.
Really good stuff. What else did I have? The
I've never
Incredibles.
even heard of that. That's on my list too.
The Incredibles.
The Incredibles. Yeah.
It is incredible.
Oh, dude.
Incroyable.
I'd heard one time they were gonna make a sequel to it.
I
but
think they're
I
in the
believe that's
process
it. Yep.
now.
Mhm.
yeah,
I've seen
I
that, yeah.
hope so. But then again, I'm also thinking it's been almost 15 years. 2004, so about
Can you
12
believe
years.
that? But you know what? I think that they were trying to do is capture the superhero movie market, and I don't think they thought it was going to last. And then lo and behold, they had a change of heart and bought Marvel.
Let's see. Do I have anything else on my massive list? Well, I mean, I had a bunch of other smaller ones.
Just throwing out the names real quick.
Shark Tale.
Yeah, okay. I remember
that was
seeing
one
that.
I really enjoyed. Will Smith played the little fish in it.
Yeah,
Ice Age.
yeah. First one. I like the first one.
Yeah, the first one. That's the only one I had on my list.
I've enjoyed all the Ice Ages.
Really?
Yeah.
How many? What are they up to? Like 4 or
3 or
5?
4.
Oh, dude, I think they're bigger than that.
they're making another one too.
Yeah, yeah.
Finding Nemo, I thought was really good.
Finding Nemo's special for me
That's a good one.
because that little kid. And God, I can't say this. I'm gonna sound like an old
Man.
Like, I'm gonna sound like a woman.
Come on, Mushy.
When that when Nemo looked at his dad and he goes, "I love you, Nemo," and he says, "I love you, Dad." I don't know what that is, but that was like I was watching that with Connor as a baby,
So, well, there you go.
and it was just like, oh gosh, I love this little boy,
Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres playing the
Dora,
absent-minded
Dory,
fish.
yeah.
Dory.
Who is going to have her own movie coming up?
Uh-huh.
Dude, we must have laughed for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Fish are friends, not food. I love that. That's good.
Oh, what's that word she tried to read? And she kept mispronouncing it. I say it all the time. What was it?
Oh, I don't know. I can't
Legend.
remember.
Wait for
no,
it.
No. Oh,
Nut
that
broth?
stinks. That
Dairy.
While you think of that, I'll go to the next one.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6.
That was good.
was entertaining. Yeah.
Really, really enjoyed that one. Now, this is my point where I sound like a girl. Frozen. I really enjoyed that.
That was good, but I thought it was
was
just an okay movie.
Wow. You know, that's okay.
But when that song came on, I even looked over. I took my daughter to that, Riley,
Yeah.
and I said, "That's gonna be a huge hit."
Yeah.
And she goes, "I liked it. It was good." And I was like, "No, we're gonna be sick of that by this time next year."
Yeah, oh, yeah. That song became very sickening very fast.
But I actually I like that.
Despicable
If
Me.
you can't go to the bathroom, just sing that.
There you go.
Let
Giggity.
it go, let it go.
See, Despicable Me, I love the first one.
Yeah,
And Monsters, Inc.
Monsters Inc. was
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, I love that first one. And the last one I had on my list was Cars.
Oh, I love that.
The first one, I absolutely loved it. Life is a highway.
Yeah, I didn't
And I
like.
still can't sing at all.
Don't you hate though when they try to say, "And now we're going to Europe"?
Yeah.
Don't you hate that kind
Yeah.
of jumping the shark type of moments? I hate that. I hate when they do that.
Let's go from NASCAR to F1. No, let's not.
Let's
say,
not.
Let's say we did.
Yeah.
No, it's like didn't we do that with Ricky Bobby?
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Bobby, you come over to. All right, what do you got? You got a list here?
Sure. You know, you guys were talking about like how movies make you feel and stuff. I kind of put a few in there that made me feel a few things. Like like I don't really remember the details of the movie because I was so young, but I remember how they made me feel.
Just talk.
Okay. The first one was The Land Before Time.
Oh, great one.
Never saw it.
I watched that one
It
so
was-
many times
I was
as a
too
kid.
old when it came
Yeah.
out.
That's on Netflix. I was about to watch that today too.
That's the first movie
Really
I remember that
good.
just really made me sad because
Mhm.
you got this little brontosaurus and a Tyrannosaurus Rex is attacking him, and his mom sacrifices herself to save him. They both go over the cliff.
You're watching that shit.
It was like a storm,
Sad.
lightning and stuff. Dude, that broke my heart. Like, that's the main thing I remember about that movie is how sad that made me. His mom dying right in front of him.
I can't stand a sad movie. Now I get emotional, but if I know it's sad, I ain't watching it.
Yeah,
I
Fox and the
literally just
Hound.
I literally just
Fox
thought
and
of
the
two more
Hound
movies.
was like
Fox and,
that.
yeah. It's just, but it's funny to this day, like, they called them brontosauruses in that movie. And then all growing up, that long neck dinosaur, they always said brachiosaurus. And I was like, no, you're wrong. It's brontosaurus. Littlefoot was a brontosaurus. Another one I loved growing up was American Tail with Fievel.
Mhm.
Now that one, that was another emotional one. Like, I just remember that just made me happy. Like, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it.
Did you see that one?
Yeah,
the music and
didn't-
everything.
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
I
no
know
cat.
it
Really good.
There were no cats in America. I love that movie. Another one was a dumb little movie called Rockadoodle.
Oh yeah,
It was
I've seen that.
This one I have not seen.
It was like a rooster on the farm that was like Elvis, pretty much. He was like the singer, and
Uh-huh.
he would break out and wake everybody up with his singing talents every morning. And I just remember being like 6 years old. It was one of the first movies I'd ever went to the theater to see. I went with my aunt and uncle, and then I came out of the theater, and my parents were picking me up. And I just remember I was trying to tell them about this one moment that just made me crack up so much I couldn't get it out because I was just dying, hysterically laughing, trying to tell them this moment. I was
That's
like,
a good time.
yeah, that was a good one. I had Prince of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that? That's
Um,
I think that's a good religious movie. Like,
I actually do think I saw that.
even if you're not heavy into religion, it's just a good animated story that tells the story of Moses and everything. It's really cool stuff.
It's been a long time since I've seen that though.
A couple of my recent favorites. I loved Wall-E.
Uh-huh.
Love that.
Wall-E.
That was,
I love it.
He's good.
And it's funny. It's like one of those movies they talk about that started out as a movie and it's becoming a documentary, kind of like Idiocracy.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
People are getting
Love
so-
that.
Yeah.
It's like Wall-E's the same way. How people are just getting so out of shape and technology's taking over
I
their
resemble
life.
that
and
remark.
everything.
Have you seen Idiocracy yet?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
oh, yeah.
Dude, I love that movie.
Yeah, me too. That's one I always watch if it's on.
Oh yeah.
Kung Fu Panda. Love me some Kung Fu
yeah.
Panda.
That was on my list too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Talking about the emotions and stuff, just even there's movies like this, maybe not the whole movie incites an emotion, but just some moment near the end or something like that, like Wreck-It Ralph when he was flying back down on that volcano and he's
Mhm.
like, I'm me and that's all I want to be or whatever. I was
Yeah.
like, that's an awesome movie.
Yeah, I agree. They've done such a good job of really, getting us to invest ourselves
Yeah.
in that moment.
Kung Fu Panda was like that. Like
When he was training, that's when I got
that
rolled.
and like at the end of the second one, I think when he was out on those planks, like the bad guy was winning, all his friends have been like all the ships and stuff have been blown to smithereens, and he's just barely hanging on this plank out in the water, and he's like, I gotta do it, I gotta beat these guys, I'm the only guy that can do it. So he gets up and he like centers his chi and he starts slinging those cannonballs
That's
back.
good
I was
stuff.
like, get him,
Dude,
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
And then he goes like right into Goofy mode and he's like fingers on fire. He's like, oh crap, crap, crap.
See, for me,
Oh,
I
you
love
love
the
it.
first one and the third one. The second one was like, man.
Second one was
I like
okay,
all three of 'em.
but the first and third,
Yeah.
I thought
I
were
mean,
gold.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, the first one was by far the best for me. Then the third one was, I said by far, but I think the third one was a close 2nd.
Mhm.
I'd put it same thing with Toy Story, Kung
Mhm.
Fu Panda, Incredibles. All of those are like top tier to me.
Mhm.
Love those.
Last one I got was a holiday classic, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
I gotta watch that one every Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's funny because I wasn't even thinking, for my list on the claymation.
Yeah.
I love that kind of thing, and I remember when I first saw that, I didn't know how to take Tim Burton. You
Uh-huh.
know, I'm in a much better place of understanding what he's about now, so I didn't connect with that.
See, I don't like his other ones, like the one about the bride, the Forgotten Bride, or Frozen Bride, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I know
I didn't
what
get
you're
into
Yeah.
that one as much.
I didn't. No, that's
And didn't he do another one like was it 9?
I don't know if that was his, but yeah, I know what you're talking
But it
about.
was kind of Tim Burton-esque.
Uh-huh.
It might not have been his either.
Yeah.
Dude, good stuff. Man, being at the end of the list, you guys did name a lot of the
Well,
ones
here's
I
the thing.
like.
As he was talking, I just thought of 4 more.
Well, throw them out.
Now go ahead. What you got next?
Well, one of the things that I really, when I was young, was all of the Disney animation
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I didn't watch, and to this day I feel almost like, man, it's like I didn't read one of the classics or something. But some of them, man, they're so a part of me in my childhood that I can't kind of imagine being me without it. Like Snow White.
Yeah.
Great. I loved the dwarfs. I thought that
Yeah.
was awesome.
I love that each one had their own personality.
Oh, dude.
I mean, they were actually named after their personality.
Dude, right? Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
Didn't know that, did you?
I know about.
I just made that up.
I know about three. I
I was like, nah.
was like, I had three. I know.
Sneezy is a sin?
Yeah.
Where's the lust? Where's he walking around at?
Well, they say that about Gilligan's Island.
Wait, I think he was a Smurf. Wasn't he? Lusty Smurf.
Lusty Smurf. The Smurfs got a lot more interesting just now. Hello,
Sloth
Lusty Smurf.
Smurf.
Lusty Smurf. Sloth Smurf.
But
He comes screaming out like Jabba, big blue Jabba.
Well, I have him vision. Hey, you guys.
Sloth Smurf.
Sloth Smurf.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Small Smurf.
Teddy Smurf.
I like the dwarves. I liked Peter Pan as a kid.
Mhm.
It's so funny because if you watch the movie now, it has every single thing that has now become cliche with Peter Pan, that it's almost like not even a story. Because it's like, well, of course he has to have that moment and that moment. And when you put it together, pretty soon you kind of realize, okay, well, that is the story of Peter Pan.
You ever heard the background of all the Disney movies and how actually
They tie
creepy they
together?
are?
Yeah.
No, how creepy they are.
Oh, the child.
Like Cinderella, the stepsisters cut off their toes so they could
Yeah.
fit their. And Peter Pan, he would actually kill the Lost Boys when they got too old. That's why you never leave.
No, I never
leave.
heard that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I never heard that. I'll tell you this, though. One of my favorite books I read last summer was Peter and the Starcatchers. It sounds like a silly book because it is a Peter Pan novel, but the reviews on it were so good, and it was actually the origin of Peter Pan. I'm telling you, if you want to take and read a fun book, I would give you this advice. Make sure you have a comfortable chair and know where to go because you won't want to put it down. That's a great book.
Awesome.
Yeah, Peter and the Starcatchers. It's funny talking about Peter Pan. Another one that I loved as a kid was Robin Hood. Now, the reason I say that
Now you're the old school Disney.
yeah, with the
yeah.
fox.
Yeah, the fox.
Yeah.
In fact, my mom's really, she wants to make sure that my kids are, not missing out on the classics.
Yeah.
And just the stories, because, she's afraid, just like all parents today, or grandparents are, that the kids are being lost to video games and just brainwave dead.
Well, the sad part is it's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
But, I try to make sure he's, getting a good mix of, exposure to these things. But,
Just Connor.
well, and Riley.
Okay, because you said him.
Well, yeah, because, to be honest, there's a lot of stuff with Riley, specifically my daughter, that my wife takes the lead on because, I mean,
You know what? I think that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we have,
you can't teach her to be a woman.
right.
Yeah.
And my mom is real involved too. They actually have my mom actually gets together with Riley all the time and does art lessons and sewing lessons
That's
and
awesome.
cooking lessons.
Oh, cool.
Oh, dude, I'm blessed. My family, I'm blessed. But my mom was giving Connor grief one day. She goes, Connor, get your fingers off that video game. You don't understand. You're missing out on the classics, son. The juice of life. You don't even know what's out there. I bet you don't even know who Robin Hood is. And he goes, oh, yes, I do. And she goes, who is he? He's that fox that dresses like Peter Pan.
Nice.
That is awesome.
Dude, I started laughing, and she goes to me like, what? I was like, he's right. I was like, that's how I knew him for the first probably 5 years of my life.
That is awesome.
And Peter Pan, I love that story. I love the Robin Hood story. That's one of the things, if it comes on, I'm going to watch. I don't care if it's Russell Crowe and they've got a whole different take. And
See, that one I didn't like too much.
but you know what? I didn't like it that much either, but I'm going to watch it.
I like, what was his name?
The
Kevin
BBC
Costner. I love his.
Dude, and it's so
Yeah.
funny because people give him grief. They're like, really?
I
He
thought
has
it was great.
no English accent.
Oh, that was good. Him and Sir Nottingham. What was the name of the sheriff from Nottingham?
Oh, Alan Richardson.
Alan Rickman. Yeah.
Rickman
Yeah.
passed away just recently.
Yeah.
Dude, and Morgan Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. And the song by Bryan Adams.
I'll say
Oh,
Sting.
Sean
Yeah.
Connery had a guest appearance at the end.
Sean Connery.
Dude, that was great, right?
Yeah.
Sean
Love that
Connery
movie.
being in that.
You
So
know,
those were mine.
the Disney movies for me, it's funny. I have a couple of Disney movies too. The three for me were Little Mermaid. I just loved Ariel. I think she was probably my first fictional character crush. Man, I loved Ariel. I thought
Oh,
she
yeah.
was
Great
so
character.
cute.
Yeah.
I love Beauty and the Beast. You know, it's got the whole France thing. I just absolutely.
Yeah.
But there was one
And he
moment.
looked like a beast too.
Oh, he looked awesome.
Uh-huh.
There was one moment that creeped me out in that movie, and it still just it gets under my skin because it's so gross. At the end, when the curse is broken, he's turning back into the prince. He starts floating up in the air, and like his body starts turning from the beast. And they show his foot, like his heel, going from like the fur to like an actual human foot. And for whatever reason, that has always just creeped me out.
Oh,
It
no
makes my
doubt.
skin crawl just seeing that.
That
I'm
is
like,
so
ugh.
funny because I've had little moments like that that don't make sense.
I tell you one
And
that
they
always
weird
creeped me out is the Never-Ending Story. The dog with kind of like the scales on his back and stuff like that. I
right.
don't know why. Every time I see that, it just kind of creeps me out.
Yeah.
But I love that
That
movie.
big
I feel like an
puppeteering
old
stuff. That's a great movie.
fuddy-duddy because I didn't watch that one.
Oh, that's a classic.
Wow.
You gotta see.
Don't worry, it's still going.
It's never ending.
It's never-ending.
My friend.
But somehow they made a sequel.
It goes
When they
on and
did
on
that
again.
too, I was like, that kind of defeats the whole purpose
Uh-huh.
of your title.
Yeah.
The last Disney one I had was Aladdin. Aladdin was one of those
Oh,
ones that was
yeah.
just my childhood
Great
too.
movie.
I loved Aladdin because of Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you talk about crushes. I thought Jasmine. You know, I mean that was kind of my speed. But that monkey,
Yeah.
I remember him striking that kung fu pose when the rug came up from behind him and dying laughing.
Yeah.
He was all got serious and had this pose like his hand over his head, dragon style. I was like, "Bring it! I'll kill you." That was
awesome.
good.
Now, here's a film that I still had on my list that as y'all were talking, I just kind of jotted these down.
Break it down.
Remember the Lion King?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a good one too.
Love that movie.
That's
Simba,
one of those-
Puma.
That's just one of those ones that's just classic. And you know these movies are not that old. They're like
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
It's funny because the ones you mentioned in the '90s, though, unless I had a date that wanted to see it,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch them.
Ah, see.
So I had a date that wanted to see Beauty and the Beast, so I watched that one.
Mm-hmm.
Not Little Mermaid and not what was the one you just said?
The Lion
Lion
King?
King?
Lion King. Never saw
Wow.
See, I guess I was just so young. It's like those are the
That's-
staple Disney
honestly,
ones
for me, that's one for the kids right there,
yeah.
Lion King.
Uh-huh.
it. It just I worried that it was a sad movie.
You get the Circle of Life.
That's why when I heard that whole thing, I was like, no.
Did y'all hear about like the adult things that they snuck into Disney
Oh
movies?
yeah, like the
Mhm.
smoke rings that
Uh-huh.
said sex and
Yep.
stuff.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what.
I think that's crazy talk.
I know.
I've seen all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I know those guys might think that's cute and stuff, but man, it's a sacred thing you've been entrusted with,
Yeah.
and that's not cool.
Right.
I mean, I've heard it's been pretty much from the beginning.
Yeah, I've heard that
Yep.
too.
Rescue Rangers is a real bad one.
Yeah.
One you guys probably may not have even heard of. It's claymation, because when you said claymation, it's like this one immediately popped to mind. Chicken Run.
Oh
Yep.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. In fact,
I
I like
love
that one.
that movie.
That's Mel Gibson.
I mean,
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts is when the chicken, she gets caught and put in the dumpster, and right at the beginning of the movie, and she gets put back in the cage. He goes, "You been on holiday?" I don't know why when that voice when she says that, it cracks me up every time.
That one I could watch again.
You know what it is? I don't know why I have this inbred hatred against all things British, but I don't like that either because of the British.
Oh really?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like British TV, British movies, even animated. Just
British
I
Mel
don't know.
Gibson.
right.
That's right.
One more claymation was Wallace and Gromit.
That's another one I don't
Dude.
like. The British.
I,
really
I
like that.
actually love the idea. I even bought one of the DVDs, and still have never seen it.
I enjoyed it very much.
Can't get down with
I know
it.
a lot of people that's not their cup of tea, and I can see why you might not like that
It's
one.
not my
but-
cup of tea.
Yeah, it's not.
But if you put crumpets with it, it's really great.
Some crumpets.
Yeah, tea and crumpets.
Give me a couple of clips and,
And
we'll
the
be okay.
Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yeah. that's a
I
great
did
one.
see that.
I
a good one.
love that movie.
That's where he turned into
David
a llama?
Spade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We recently showed that one to Alex.
All right, check this out. That it's so funny that you mentioned it because when you were talking about the Prince of Egypt,
Mhm.
I think the pictures in my head that I was like, yeah, it's a great movie was The Emperor's New Clothes.
When you said that, like Pinocchio was a great one back in the day.
That was really good.
Mhm.
I didn't watch Bambi. I didn't watch Sleeping
That's
Beauty.
one I meant to write down was Bambi.
Bam.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, don't show that to the kids.
Dude, I
Fun-
watched
Mom
Dumbo.
does.
Dumbo was, I mean, when I was a baby. I mean,
That's a sad one.
I was born in the '60s.
Pinocchio's another one of those creepy ones I was talking about though too, because like when they actually went to the island or whatever and they were doing all those
Yeah.
sinful things, like I forget how the real story goes, but like I don't know, they punished those kids for doing that bad stuff, like hell level stuff.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
What about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Does that count as an entire movie?
You know
Yeah,
what?
sure.
Yeah, in fact, I'll tell you what. I love all of those claymations. That's what I was thinking of when he mentioned claymation.
Yeah.
All of Santa Claus is coming to
Yeah.
town, Frosty,
Yeah,
Rudolph.
for sure.
Okay, now I was watching around Christmas, Mike and Mike in the Morning. they were like, if you really think about Rudolph, that is a horrible story. You know what? This one reindeer, he's a little bit different, so Santa pretty much bans him.
Let me tell
from
you,
doing
I've always thought
anything.
that as a
Yeah.
kid. I was
They
like,
sent him to an island of misfit toys,
yeah, go away.
and only when Santa really needs him does
Yeah.
he like go, you know what? We might could use this one over
Yeah,
here.
we
that
can-
was
we
not
can
lost
use
on
you.
me as a
Yeah.
kid.
I was like, wow.
Did you
only if
see-
you're useful
Right.
do we need you.
That-
Hey, that's the business world.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is.
That's a hard lesson, kids.
It's funny.
Rush
I
Rudolph.
had never even thought about that until I heard them talk. I was like, you know what? That is right. It's a horrible movie.
Yep.
I hate that movie now.
Did you ever see the
Baby New
new
Year?
reindeer movie? It's like Flight Time or Flight Plan. It's like a computer generated one with reindeers.
haven't
I'll have to
seen
look
this.
up. That is fantastic. I tripped over it like maybe 2 days before Christmas a couple years ago and watched it and loved it. I was like, dude, it's about this reindeer kid trying to go find his dad who, he was separated from, and turns out on, looking for this, he's never met him ever. And he goes and has to find him. It's like Dasher.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like special forces to all the little reindeer kid. And it's like, your dad's on the team, like the SEAL teams.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic movie. I'll have to find out what the name of it is.
Let us know because that definitely sounds good to me.
It
Sounds
is
funny.
really, really well done.
Dasher, the Navy SEAL.
And that's how they play it, because Dasher's like, what, kid? I ain't got no kid. And it's like, that's what a Navy SEAL would say. Yeah. So it was good.
So
Hey,
we-
good. What do we got coming up for next week?
Legitimate question. You guys have any? Oh, I know one of the things we will be talking about Civil War.
Civil War.
Yes,
Going
yes,
into
yes.
that the week after, we'll talk about Civil War again. What we thought about it.
I got an idea for next week's podcast.
Do tell.
If you don't like it, just shoot it down.
That's a
But-
horrible idea, Troy.
Okay, sorry. I was thinking about this. One of the things that I am trying to do is show Connor all the old classics
Uh-huh.
that are what we'd call the new classics, like Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Timeless movies.
Yeah, The Matrix,
So like 80s,
Lethal
90s?
Weapon, Die Hard.
Mhm. Not all the Lethal Weapons, by the way.
Classic
Right.
movies that don't need a remake because they still stand up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that-
Like, I will tell you this. I showed him Die Hard,
Mhm.
and he absolutely loved it. The first one with Bruce
Mhm.
Willis.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
said that was incredible.
Oh, dude,
Welcome
that
to the
movie right
party,
there-
pal.
It's probably the best Christmas movie ever.
Oh, dude, Lethal Weapon #1. That's a Christmas movie.
Mhm.
It's funny, the Screen Junkies, they put out these honest trailers
Yeah.
and they rip these movies apart.
Yeah.
They didn't say a single bad thing about Die Hard. They're like, it's a perfect movie. We can't.
How do you take that apart?
Yeah.
Speed. He's never seen Speed. That's a great movie.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah, it was alright with Speed.
Point
Let
Break.
me rephrase it. The first one, you're right. The first one was really, really
First
good.
was
Uh-huh.
good. The
Yeah.
second one was like, why did you do
That
that?
was
Yeah,
really
that was
bad.
unnecessary
Yeah, some
movie.
movies, we can almost title it. Some movies don't even need a sequel.
Well, I tell
Very
you
true.
what, he watched Under Siege and didn't like it,
Oh,
Really?
and that
My heart.
is one of my favorites.
that's my favorite Seagal movie.
Oh, yeah, that one, and I think I like Marked for Death and Above the Law. Those three Seagal ones.
Mm.
Bloodsport, I think he might dig.
The
Yeah.
Crow.
The
Oh,
Crow. The
That'll be this Halloween.
Awesome.
But I'm just saying with The Crow, that's a movie that they keep talking about remaking.
I tell you
I
what,
know,
let's
yeah.
save them.
Yeah.
You guys think this is worthy of a
Yeah, I
podcast?
like it.
Yeah, we
I
can
like
fill
it.
that
All right,
up.
cool.
We fill a couple hours with this one.
How
For
about,
sure.
I'm gonna call this one Connor's classic playlist.
There you go.
There we go. There we go.
All right,
Except
very
for I
cool.
think we just named every one of them.
I just thought about that. I was like, we gotta shut up. We just did the podcast. If you got any that you want to add on, buddies, put them on the list so that I
Yeah.
can take and share.
For sure. Can I give a friend of mine a shout out real quick?
No.
Please.
Okay.
All right. He's a really
I'm
good
right
buddy.
here, though, dude.
yeah. He's a really good buddy of mine. It's kind of awkward to ask people to be in your wedding and stuff like that. They got to go rent the tux and everything.
It's tough, right?
You're welcome.
I called this dude up and he did it without a second thought. He showed up, drove all the way from Lynchburg to be in my wedding. When I had my neck surgery, my spine surgery, he was the only one of my close buddies to actually make the trip to come visit
No
me.
kidding.
Yep. So he showed up at my house and he tried to break my neck again.
Yeah.
He took me on some
he did.
cross country trip and like hit every pothole in the road. But other than that, it was cool. So he's got a birthday coming up in 2 days. You guys might know his name as Daryl. He talks about himself all the time in third person, the D.
I forgot I had a birthday coming up.
So happy birthday, D.
He gets AARP this birthday,
Oh,
too.
snap. You
Yeah.
get your senior citizen discount.
Half price coffees.
Oh.
If I drink coffee, do I get half price water?
Giggity.
I give you free water.
Giggity. Thank you so much for those kind words. even
Yes,
though
yes, yes.
I did try to paralyze that one time, but it wasn't my fault. It was that car.
It was
that
all
other
potholes
car-
in the road. They
it
came
was
out of
that-
nowhere.
Yeah, it was that other car that was in front of me. They just magically appeared.
Oh, hey, I got a shout out too, real quick.
No,
My
multiple
son
shouts.
has a buddy of his that is my best friend. In college is a guy named Steve James. Love him like a brother. I mean, to this day, if he needs me, he's a missionary over in South Africa. If he called me up and he said, "Hey, man, I need you to come get me," I'd be on the plane tonight to South Africa. That's how much I love this guy. His son is Connor's like one of his best friends.
That's cool. That's awesome.
It is the neatest thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's in South Africa. He listens to the Simply Incredible podcast and loves it. And I told him I'd send him a shout out.
That
so
is awesome.
Spencer, thanks for listening, man. Shout
Thanks
out
for
to
listening,
you.
Spencer.
All the way
Yeah,
halfway
yeah.
across the world.
Yeah, cool. South Africa.
Wow, let's see. How many continents do people listen to me now?
Awesome.
So I know we got,
This one.
yes.
And that one.
I've talked to people from Australia, Europe, so like multiple countries in Europe. No one from Asia yet.
Don't worry, I'm on it.
I'm a little upset about that.
We do that Warcraft podcast, and Asians will be in.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Bro,
Oh,
come
Ah,
on.
yeah,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I gotta.
Let's
it
make
has
us-
to be a review because I won't know anything
Yeah.
to preview.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm definitely wanting to watch.
This is
that.
what I know about it. I saw a Pop Vinyl 2-pack today at FYE.
Whoop, whoop.
So that's what I know
When
about
is that one coming out?
I want to say August.
Okay, so we got time for you to kind of like say, hey, read these books to get up to speed.
Well, it's
He said read a book.
yeah, right. It's more games than books. They do have books, but yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I actually have seen. I love the art. Same like they kind of looks like Battle Chasers art for Warcraft. It's good stuff.
You know, you could take a playlist of Warcraft cinematics, in-game cinematics, and that would tell a good story. That would get you caught up a little bit.
Okay, I'm in. I love the idea of it. I think it looks.
I mean, from the trailer I've seen, it looks amazing. So I'm in to watch it for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Very cool. Hey, thanks for having us on again.
Hey, woohoo!
Fun times.
Anything else, guys?
I think we're good, man. Let's
Hey.
call it.
Fun times at The Edge Martial Arts.
A
lot better. A lot better.
And you guys have an incredible day.
See ya.
Au revoir.